What is up, Hexicans and Pulsinators? Welcome back to another video. I have all the Pulsechain updates for you and more. This came out 6 hours ago via Cointelegraph. Warren Buffett and Berkshire Hathaway have dumped $13.3 billion in stocks, and he says that this crazy year of investing in growth is basically coming to an end. He says the incredible period for the U.S. economy has been coming to an end for over the past 6 months. So you can basically not count on everything rallying like it has been for the past 2 years since that COVID-19 thing that we can't talk about on here. However, I do think Pulsechain's still going to be a great return. Richard Hart is saying, here we are on day 1253 of perfect, flawless operation of Hex, while the passed away bodies of BlockFi, Celsius, FTX, BitREx float by. So many bad people with so many bad things to say, totally annihilated. And not to completely deride Richard Hart, but just to give him his laurels, it is pretty crazy how he called out things like BlockFi, called out Celsius, called out FTX, called out BitREx, the list goes on. And then these platforms ended up doing what he warned people they had the potential to do. Your friend Somni with a great poll that I want to ask you guys. I know we aren't on Twitter, but just comment this below. The question is, if Pulse returns less than your number, no expectations. But if Pulse returns less than your number, you'll consider it a giant disappointment. The end date is December 2025. First cycle expectations. Pulsechain does a 25x, 100x, 250x, 1000x. Comment what you think it has the potential to do. And the other day, someone was trying to see how many transactions Pulsechain could do. Richard put this meme out there. Pulsechain did 5 million transactions in one day, and Bitcoin's currently maxed out at 600,000 transactions a day. You can see right here, it was May 5th. Pulsechain did about 4.6 million transactions that day at about 53 transactions per second TPS. And Richard Hart says, what a savage load. A good little piece of crypto here from Richard. Value is what you get, price is what you pay. Cost is not value, for if it were, you could simply ask the salesperson to double the price he charges you. Crypto was invented to reduce fees and increase features. Low fees are a great feature. And he retweeted this clip from Ron DeSantis. Take a listen to this one.
Every aspect of it ends up being politicized. And so we said that's not going to work for our pension system in the state of Florida. It's not going to work for credit ratings. And we're not going to let them impose social credit scores on Floridians so that their ability to obtain credit is somehow related to whether they're towing an ideological line. Florida also led in saying, we do not recognize, it's not there yet, but they want to do it, a central bank digital currency. You want them being able to monitor every single transaction you make as.
So what do you guys think about a federally controlled digital dollar? Whether it's the future or not, do you think it's more of a positive thing or a negative thing? Let me know in the comments below. And Richard says, it's funny how little I talk about PulseX because it's worked so well for so long on the testnet. Love it. He says, I'm really looking forward to the Pulsechain.com mainnet. Surely you've tested version 4 extensively and are totally ready for mainnet. You have your game plan ready, right? It looks to be extremely not much left to be done. And just the other day, it was $7 to send an Ethereum token on the Ethereum blockchain. He says Pulsechain can't come soon enough. And it actually spiked up to, on May 5th, $20. And in the past few days, maybe it's spiked up even higher. And speaking of PulseX, Gold Key says this. Massive community, check. Incentivized liquidity providing, check. Low fees, check. Limit orders, check. Deep liquidity, check. Buy and burn tokenomics, which has the potential to make the supply even more deflationary than it's made to be. Yield farming for some of that good passive income. And transparent trading. All right. I want to leave you with this good clip of Richard Hart. Thank you guys for watching. God bless you all and enjoy.
Real liquidity. The real liquidity is buyers that step into the market when the price is lower and sellers that step into the market when the price is high. And they are not sitting in the automated market maker. So like the majority of liquidity in any project is not in the market at the time. Like if you look at houses, what percentage of the total house value of the world is currently sitting as bids or asks in the house market? A pitiful percent. And so the majority of all value of all healthy commodities or tradable things is not sitting in like the automated market maker, because it's inefficient. Like the money that's sitting in the automated market maker is also not doing other things. So it's just sitting there kind of unused, which is why you see this rehypothecation of, lending market for LP tokens and things like that to try and improve capital efficiency. So, well, first of all, okay, every single important thing in the world is controlled by one guy. America has a president. He can just at will nuke Russia whenever he wants. He's like, I'm drunk. Let's nuke Russia. And he could. And it's okay. And everyone's like, yeah, we want that. We want that guy to be able to nuke Russia at will. Literally. One guy. Okay. Elon Musk goes on Twitter. Elon Musk's like, yo, Dogecoin, you will get my full support if the whales sell, because the only problem I see is centralization. You're like, oh, that's funny. What percentage do you own of Tesla? 30%. Does anyone own 30% of Doge? So maybe you should learn from what works. So what works is centralization and ownership. If you look at any successful coin, including Bitcoin, the ownership is massively centralized. Every fucking time. Always. Every coin. And so then people get this dream. They get this dream. They're like, decentralization is really good. And it is for censorship resistance. Only. And it's really bad for everything else. For everything that's not censorship resistance, decentralization is horrible. And what is actually good? Vertical integration. So when you're vertically integrated, you pay less margin for things because you own all the things. You're like, oh, we want to put out ads? All right, well, we'll just have our newspaper company put out ads. Oh, we need to buy parts? We'll buy parts from our own parts manufacturer. So vertical integration, mergers and acquisitions, is known to be the most effective way to do things. Why does Facebook never get replaced? Because they buy everything that could replace them. They bought Instagram. They bought WhatsApp. You can't replace Facebook because they're like, oh, you coming to S-curve us? You coming to fucking turn off our on-ramp? Well, boom, we'll buy you. So the shit that works, and obviously works, is centralized ownership and centralized control. And it is visible in everything that is good in the whole world. But then crypto-tards, they think they're smart, and they're like, decentralize all the things. And you're like, no. You just decentralize the consensus network. And everything else should have fucking whales. Because the whales don't have to sell. You think Elon Musk is like dumping his Tesla shares? He's not, which helps the Tesla price. But the fucking plebs that want to buy things, they dump the fucking price. And they hurt the price. And so anytime you see the hex price dip, you go on chain and you go see who fucking sold it. I'm willing to bet you ain't going to find no origin address coins getting sold. But you're going to see fucking pleb coins getting sold. So like, yeah, people just don't like, so basically your fear you shouldn't have. This particular fear, many of your fears you have are perfectly wonderful, but this fear about centralization, it's like Tesla, like how much control does Zuckerberg have of Facebook? Most of it. How's that worked out? Well,
I don't fear centralization. I'm a fan of centralization when it matters, you know.
Right.
I don't want my there's plenty of cases where, yeah, every company that, like Tesla, I wouldn't want a decentralized Tesla. You need a visionary leader.
People do it in their best interests. So if you were the founder of a token, what would be in your best interests? Destroy your life's work or be a billionaire? Be a billionaire seems like the no-brainer. Yeah.
I get that. Yeah. And I think that you're exceptionally open about this on this topic.
Yeah. I'm as open as the law lets me be.
The only thing I've ever said is that it's not for me. It's not why I'm here. I'm not here.
I hear you, man. But like,
I'm not here to participate. I don't think that I wouldn't use Ethereum specifically to participate in a project that has that level of centralization.